What would you do if you had $1 million?
I'll tell you what I'd do, man. Two chicks at the same time, man.
When the office for a young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking can. And anybody...
Watch out for that first step. It's a doozy.
I'm Markov.
What's the first rule of hero's duty?
No cuts, no butts, no coconuts.
Welcome back, episode 3, season 2, Khnemu and Kozak's Oscar Ballot podcast, where we help you make informed picks for your Oscar ballots at your Oscar party. Though we will not see all the movies, but we will make as educated guesses as we can possibly make based on what we know of Oscars history and of movies. How was your week, Khnemu?
My week, pardon me, it was fine. It was a week, lots of work, too much work, but you know what? We all need money. I don't think I recognized those clips that you played there in that intro. So.
The first one, I'm kind of just hitting buttons a little bit too. I know one of them was Office Space.
I knew
the
that
opener
one.
was Office
Yeah.
Space. I think one of them was Groundhog Day.
Okay.
And the other one was
right.
Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah. Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph? Great.
I've never seen Wreck-It Ralph. I've heard good things.
Excellent movie. Excellent movie. I mean, it's still for kids, but they do a good job. I also had a good week. I am writing my butt off. I got a new script I'm writing, and I got a good submission to a fun project, which I don't like to mention unless I get it, because it sounds cool until you don't get it, and then you realize you were just one of like hundreds of people that they read an email of. So, but I've had a good, exciting week. And just it's getting close. Couple weeks. Yeah. I wish we could have an Oscar party. I wish you weren't in Chicago and we could have an Oscar party.
Yeah, that'd be fun. But
maybe next year.
Anything? Are you doing anything, or are you just gonna watch it at home? Or
I just don't know if in Fort Worth right now, like, we do have a film community, but like in LA, everybody was somewhat a movie fan, and here it's a little harder. It's one of the things I miss about LA, but we have way cheaper movie. I'm paying sometimes a third of the ticket price that I pay in LA though to see a movie. It's very cheap to go here.
It's still more expensive than it used to be, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, I don't remember if we chatted about this, but here in Dallas Fort Worth in the 90s, we had those movie theaters where it's like every theater is stadium seating. And so now nobody's going to them, and you just can go see like last year I saw Women Talking in a giant IMAX size screen with nobody in the theater, and you're just like, this is so funny.
So weird.
Well, but I think we're on the up. I think they're going to figure it out. I think they're going to figure out that people want to drink at the movie theaters and they want to dine at the movie theaters. And once everybody embraces that, I think it's going to be a lot more option. And I'm also for the re-releases.
I think the multiplex and the megaplex kind of needs to restructure and maybe go away a little bit, because like you're saying, people kind of want to like kind of hang out and make more of a tavern like community and like experience of it. So they don't need to be that huge,
and also, like, I love what Alamo Drafthouse does, where it's the experience of watching the movie is fun. Like, I saw the Do the Right Thing re-release, and I was like, man, this is fun. They made a big deal of this. They had like recorded Esposito. Cannot remember his name.
Carlo.
So they had him record like the cell phone opening and stuff for it. Oh, it was very fun. So they just do cool stuff. And also the actors need to get off their butts, and the directors need to get off their butts, and they need to tour. They need to do city tours. They need to show up at movie theaters, do Q&As, sign autographs, get people's butts in those theaters. Like that's what I would be doing, and you could be making tons of money on that. I mean, not
That's what
probably not what they're used to.
Yeah, that's what Kevin Smith is doing with a lot of his movies now. Honestly,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh, yeah, he's great too. When you go see, and also he'll
yeah,
talk for like an hour and a half. He'll come in and he'll give you a
yeah.
whole thing. He'll take questions
I
until you're
saw,
done.
yeah, it was a couple years ago. He was on tour with a friend of his, shot a documentary about him. And so he came to Chicago, and I went to see it, and he talked, yeah, for like 2 hours after the show.
Mm.
He was there, yeah.
What an
And he was
experience
he,
too.
he was obviously quite stoned, still smoking weed then, but whatever, that's cool. Yeah,
Sure. Well, he's doing
yeah,
good. He was,
yeah,
like that's what we like about him, though.
yeah.
I bet you it was still entertaining as hell because he's really good.
There was actually an asshole in the audience who kind of yelled at him to like move it on at one point, and like everyone started booing the guy. It was just like, no, 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 just let Kevin talk. It's his thing, it's his show, and Kevin ignored
Why
him.
would you just get up and leave?
I
Who would go to see a Kevin Smith movie at this point and not be pumped to see Kevin Smith? I mean, that what it's I mean, he didn't talk for that long when I saw him do a Q&A at a movie. I saw the Clerks 2 Q&A when he did them in LA, but like that was huge. Feels like, man, there's a Clerks 3 coming too, right? Isn't there?
It already came out. It's out. It's Yeah,
Maybe
it
I
came
saw
out
that.
like
I saw that
last
one
year.
too, probably.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I saw it. They all
I have
all the
not.
Kevin Smith movies that blend together to me, but they're all something I love. Um, well, we should do a little
Yeah,
news. Is that all right with you?
I love the news.
News team, assemble!
Last week, Japanese scientists placed explosive detonators at the bottom of Lake Loch Ness to blow Nessie out of the water.
Well, so this weekend, Bob Marley one, which we talked about last week, is just kicking butt again. Um, seems like it is. It seems like it was a big success. And without like really big actors and big, so that's another thing I really like about it. It wasn't like the most, they didn't go Michael B. Jordan. They didn't go really big,
Oh,
big
no, no, no.
stars.
But that guy, yeah,
And
no, that guy's pretty good though. He's been in some things I've seen recently.
oh, he's definitely a
Some
star now for sure after
yeah,
this.
yeah.
But I just think it was like it was it seems like I haven't seen it yet, but just I did watch the trailer again, and it does seem like they went
It's weird.
quality of actors.
He's doing another real person too. Did you see One Night in Miami a couple years ago?
No.
The movie that Regina King made.
Oh, was it
Directed.
a Bachelorette movie or something where they
No, no,
did the
it was about no, 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 it was about fucking Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali and Jim Brown and another Sam Cooke in a hotel room in 1964, like based on something that actually happened. What's the thing? Leslie Odom was nominated for Best Supporting Actor, actually, for that movie. Yeah. So maybe you saw it and just forgot about it.
I don't know. I don't think I saw it. It doesn't sound familiar, but I'm surprised was it the nominee of the Will Smith slap year?
No, it was the year before. It was 2020, actually. Yes, it was the year of lockdown. It was the year of like the Chicago Six movie that Aaron Sorkin made. It was the
Oh, I
year that
loved that.
yeah, it was the year Nomadland won. So
Okay.
it was that year.
Yeah, that year is such a blur. I think the only thing I
Yeah.
saw in theaters that year was Tenet and Bill and Ted. I mean, we didn't
Yeah, it
have
was the
anything.
year, in fact, that Daniel Kaluuya won. He beat.
Oh, and I did
Yeah,
see, and I saw that,
yeah,
but not in a theater. I had to watch
yeah.
that at home.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
yeah. He was so
Boy, and
good.
that's the problem is you don't remember those couple movies that they put out from that year because it was just like what a messed up year for movies.
Yeah,
It's also the year I sold my AMC. I had been holding AMC stock for like years and years and years, and I
oh,
finally sold it because it just went
that's good.
for one
Yeah.
day. And I was like, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm pretty sure these are going out of business. I'm gonna sell, and I did. And then, yeah. Well, anyway, so we're excited. I'm excited for Bob Marley. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it, but we got to see the Oscar movies. I'm trying to knock out Oscar movies. I'm one Best Picture away, I think.
Okay.
So I just gotta
Doing better than I am.
yeah, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I think your ballot might have beat my ballot last year, but we're not sure for sure. But
Okay.
you're still a good guesser. Okay, well, here's something else that we got. Did you know that Sam Mendes is going to direct 4 Beatles biopics, one about each Beatle?
I heard something about that. Yeah,
Isn't
that
that crazy?
I was talking with a friend recently about music biopics generally and how they're pretty hot these days, because I guess Bohemian Rhapsody was so huge.
Kind
It
of, kind of. I
yeah,
mean, it was huge, but it wasn't like
he was nominated
it
for
was.
Best Picture. He won an Oscar.
I know, and I tell you that I'm not to derail this on Bohemian Rhapsody, but just
Sure, sure, sure.
controversial hot take. I don't like that he didn't sing the songs.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
don't like that he did. I don't like that they got an actor that couldn't do the Freddie Mercury songs, and that because to me, when I watched him, it looked like lip syncing, and that just kind of bothered me the whole movie.
I
But
still haven't seen the movie either, so
and also it's like Queen wrote the movie themselves. It's like there's nothing in there that there's nothing in there that is any drama whatsoever except for the very
yeah.
end with Freddie Mercury being sick. Like and it feels like
Nobody
they just
ever
put
really
that in.
said it was a good movie to me, so I was just like, I'm fine.
But it got but it made a lot of what? It was a fun movie. That's what it was. It was a
You know what?
fun
Yeah.
rock and roll movie.
You know why I didn't see it? There's one big reason I didn't see it. It's because of who directed it, or kind of directed it, I guess. Brian Singer, really.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right. But didn't he get
yeah.
kicked off of did he get kicked
He
off of
did.
it
He
or did
got
he
fired. He got fired halfway through, and like Dexter Fletcher took over. But I think Singer still got credit for it. So.
and I love what's his face, but when I had heard that it was going to be Sacha Baron Cohen, I had to be honest, that was so much more intriguing of a casting choice to me, even though he
Yes.
won the Oscar, but whatever, but like
Yeah.
you had prosthetic teeth, you had a lot of cool things in the movie that were fun, but like it was a fun, that's what it was. It was a fun
Yeah.
rock and roll movie.
Yeah.
It's
I
fun.
don't know. I still haven't seen it. It was
Part of
okay.
it,
So
also, it's not like he's singing it. They're playing Queen music. So you
right.
have you have Freddie Mercury concert footage as your audio. So yeah, it's great because that's great. Like
Sure.
it's
Sure.
awesome. It's awesome watching a Queen concert with Freddie Mercury actually singing.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. I one day you'll see that on TV and you'll sit down and you'll go, this is good. I enjoyed myself. And then you'll think
Yeah. And
nothing
that's the
else
thing.
of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You
I'll
know.
watch it one day because it's an Oscar nominee or an Oscar winner. But we were just talking about how like
Sorry, I derailed that whole thing with my
no, it's
rant
fine.
on yeah.
Yeah, no, we were talking about music biopics. The fact that they're making a Michael Jackson biopic, shooting it now. It's coming out in a couple years. Coming
They
out
better
next
talk
year.
about the molestation then, because
They
otherwise
better,
it's
otherwise
not going to work.
it's gonna be a fairy tale. Otherwise,
Yeah.
but no, we were saying the Beatles is the one thing that they should probably not try to do. But this idea kind of sounds cool, actually. You know, is he gonna
It's
like have the same 4 actors in each movie, and it's just like each like one will be the star of each one?
I see. It's like a Marvel, but of a biopic. I mean, it is. It's Avengers, but it's Beatles. It is. It is. That's. I mean,
But it's like the same story. It's like there'll have to be common themes, or at least like a common theme to each
okay. Here's
movie. But like,
a more apt comparison. It's going to be Flags of Our Fathers and Letters to Iwo Jima. It's going to
sure,
be.
sure,
It's going to
yes,
be where they all come together for a couple scenes, but each movie focus. That's what I expect them to do.
yeah,
Which is,
yeah,
to be honest, as a Beatles fan, I feel that's what they deserve. They weren't
yes.
a big
They weren't.
project. You know.
The only one that leaves me curious is really like, what's the Ringo movie like? Because maybe just he's the one I know the least about. But yeah, the
When I
rest of them.
saw Paul McCartney at Dodger Stadium, like I think like 2019 maybe, and it was the time Ringo went on stage with him, which was like crazy. Like I can't believe he's doing this. But we were on the floor, and Ringo walked right by our seat down an aisle. And in LA, nobody gives a crap about celebrities. I mean, they just don't. You see them at the movie
Sure.
theater and everybody kind of just goes, oh, look, there it is. It was like people got out of their chairs just going, Ringo, Ringo. I mean, they just lost their minds because Beatles fans are crazy. They have a
Yeah.
lot of money. Like
Yes.
they're going to make $4 billion on this movie. They're going to make
Yeah.
$1 billion every movie.
And
They'll make
he's the Sam Mendes is a good choice for it too. I like that.
uh,
Yeah. Did
how did he
I
afford it though? How did he buy? How did his company get possibly? How do you pay the John Lennon estate, the Paul McCartney estate, the George Harrison estate, and the Ringo estate enough money to? I just
well,
think,
they're probably at least Paul and Ringo are probably going to be executive producers or something involved with it.
yeah. And you know what? I watched. Just speaking of Sam Mendes, I watched Tanayad last night with Annette
Oh,
Bening
okay, sure. Yeah.
doing the best thing since American Beauty and just
Really?
wonderful, wonderful
Huh.
performance.
She's really good. She's always good.
The
Yeah.
her and Jodie Foster are the two, I'll say collectively, the singular reason in this we're talking about this movie. But oh my gosh,
Yeah.
oh, she's just a
Better than
delight.
what about I mean, she's really good and the kids are all right too.
Yeah, she is. This is better.
Okay.
This is just better because it's just the character is so big. It's just such a fun, like that's what I loved about her in American Beauty, just playing that suburban, like everything's fine. I'm gonna sell
Yeah.
this house. That lady, it was so big, but yet so many feelings. And
Yeah.
like this is completely different, just a big old swing of a character.
But still
I
like a
gotta
very
tell
like
you.
intense lady. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's an incredibly deserved nomination, and it is. She has to be. I don't know. The thing is, the problem. I don't know about Netflix movie. Netflix features just the shows are brilliant, but the features they never quite get there. They're always great. They have great
Yeah.
moments. They're serviceable, but they're never perfect, and they're
Are
always
the
a
show
little
are the show
cheesy.
are the shows
Mhm.
brilliant? I mean,
Okay, Queen's Gambit is brilliant.
okay.
Peaky Blinders is, I think, pretty brilliant.
Okay.
That's probably the only. I can't
Yeah.
remember what other ones. Like, I mean, Stranger Things got a little
There
cheesy.
have been brilliant shows on Netflix. Yes, for sure.
Yes, but
Yeah.
Netflix original content. I mean, what great nomination for them, but like, I think it's pretty clear why. I mean, it's pretty clear why it's not in the rest of the categories.
Okay.
Just because they should. But oh my gosh, the performances and Jodie Foster too, gonna be a great year for them. So Sam Mendes, he's just great. No,
He
no,
is.
no, no problem with this. But I just wonder how this all came together. I just can't wait. I'm gonna be at all of them opening
I hope it
night.
comes together. I hope it comes together because I remember Zemeckis had an animated Yellow Submarine that he was supposed to make a few years ago, and that never, kind of fell apart.
Yeah. The acting, the actors are everything too in this. Like, can you find people that will not drive us crazy as Beatles fans? Seeing them play these people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a big, I just love that they're getting something so big. So
Just hope.
another piece of news here. Do you remember? I mean, I don't know if we talked about the show. Do you remember Coyote versus Acme, the big Warner Brothers movie that people have been like talking about forever coming out, where Wile E. Coyote is suing Acme for all of his injuries, and
I
it's
remember
been
hearing about it, but like they pulled it or something like
they
that, like another
well
tax
they
write off.
can't they yes that okay, so that just happened for this year. They kind of pulled it, and then there was like tons of public outcry amongst like the people wanting to see it. Like it had gotten a bunch of viral buzz. The guy who
Yeah,
wrote it had gotten a lot of filmmakers really were pumped for this movie. I guess the director, it has a lot of friends, a lot of big friends.
sure.
Um, but Warner Brothers just had $115 million write down. And so it's like kind of through process of elimination, you can go, well, that movie was like almost 100 million. So they probably took that one out of there. And so we're worried they're going to scrap that. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but it sounded like a great idea to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's. Uh, I don't have enough of a perspective on like the studio dynamics behind, releasing a feature versus writing it off and all that.
There,
So
it's
it's just
whatever the economy is. It's 100% tied to the economy because they're all owned by some big corporate entity, bigger than that, like
that's the
NBC
thing,
is
and that's what it
General
is.
Electric,
Yeah,
and
it's the
uh,
fact that I mean, Warner Brothers is like not. They're more Discovery now than Warner Brothers. It's like they're pivoting. So much of their resources is
yeah.
going towards like this uh nonfiction streaming content, and it's just like, okay, well,
Well,
I
they
like
were owned
I
by
like
AT&T. They had a separation with
yeah.
AT&T, and they formed their own thing. I'm actually a stockholder because I was an AT&T stockholder, and then they split them and gave me both. And my God, it's in the trash. But I stuck with it because I was like, you know what, HBO Max content. I'm telling you, they're making a run for Netflix. Netflix might have 1 billion subscribers, but the fact of the matter is HBO has all of the HBO content, which is
HBO
like
has
the way better.
always had better content. They've always
And
had
it
quality
still
content
is. And Max
since
is
the
good.
1980s. Since the 80s, they've had quality original content. That's
It
always been yeah.
and it still is good. It still is very good. And I don't see things on Netflix. Netflix is kind of to me the poor man's HBO at times in terms of like on both sides because you get an HBO original movie and it's awesome. It's always
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
so many of them would have been nominated for Oscars if they had put them in theaters. Like no
Angels in
question.
America. Angels in America.
Absolutely. That was the best
Yeah.
picture that year,
Yeah.
or at least the nominee for sure.
Certainly.
And the
Yeah.
perform Al Pacino probably should have won an Oscar for that
One of his
alone.
last
Yeah,
great performances.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it
Yeah.
is. So I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on. Because Netflix is like in the hundred, and let's see what Netflix price is right now. Sorry to get into stocks, but
Netflix
the
is
thing is,
annoyed. They just kicked me off of well, I mean, they're clamping down on password sharing, and still been on my friend's old account since, even though I moved out of their apartment 2 years ago, but 3 years ago, and I don't have access anymore. It's annoying. So now I don't have Netflix anymore. All of a sudden.
yeah. Well, that's probably well, like so right now Netflix is $583 a share.
Okay.
And Warner Brothers is $8.61 a share. So I'm just like, no, even if you get to 200, even if you get to half of what Netflix got to, I'm gonna make a ton of money. I still think it was a good investment. It's just gonna be a long, slow burn to get there, but I'm getting killed right now. Oh, I'm getting killed. I probably bought a little early, but I just thought I re-upped after the AT&T split because I was like, you know what? I just believe in the content, and content is king. Discerning fans need the quality content of Max. I just think people are going to pay for it. So, and also it's got John Oliver and Bill Maher and all the other things. So,
Yeah.
well, that was a good chat about the news. We went a little over time on news, which is funny because I really hadn't expected that. But we're going to move on very quickly. We'll do a quick pass of the box office because we kind of already know what's going on.
Money cannot buy the honor which you have earned tonight.
So we have Bob Marley at number one, had 28 million, almost 29 million. So a big jump from the 6.5 from Argyle previously. Madam Web made 15 million. So it had a good little debut as well.
Sure.
They've grossed and the total this is domestic as well. So in total gross, Bob Marley almost made $50 million. And then they had another big weekend this weekend. So they're gonna make a ton of money. Argyle is third, Migration fourth. The Chosen, the Christian film series, is number 5. So that is pretty remarkable in its own right. Those Christians love spending money. My mom took me to the Christmas one, and she tricked me into going because when you go, they do show. So like the series is
So this is a
good.
TV show, but they're showing it in the
It's a
theaters.
web series that they released in the theaters, and it is like a realistic depiction of like Bible stories told in a very good period work, very good filming. It's actually shot here in Texas, and
No, you're kidding.
yeah, it's shot. Yes, we're very proud of it.
Right.
One of my friends, I think I told you, one of my friends is in it this season for my play in New York. He but it is it's also so about half of it is the show, all right, but half of it is a worship service. So my mom took me to it, and it was Christmas, and she goes, and we were like, Mom, we're not really religious anymore. Like, we really are not interested in a church service, but I will watch a Bible movie. I mean, Darren Aronofsky made a Noah movie. Like, I will watch a Christian film. I have no problem with watching a film about Christian stories. And actually the Chosen stuff was like pretty good. It was a little corny because they still can't say any bad words or do anything because it's Christian, but for what it is, it was good. But then it is like the worship services and the songs and all of that, and it's like and we kind of just ridiculed it. My mom like shushed us the whole movie because we were like, gosh, she tricked us into church again. She always tricks us into going to church.
Is it? It's like live, like live.
No,
or
it's
like
pre-recorded.
Like
it's contemporary Christian artists doing music videos on the set of Chosen, and it's preachers. It's like very famous like preachers like giving quick little sermons. And then the one I saw was Christmas, so it was about like, what does Christmas mean? And it's a church service. You could go to it and it would be a church service with a movie. In fact, I bet you churches, that's why they're making so much money, is because churches are going, hey, this Sunday, let's all meet at the movie theater. Let's all meet at the movie theater and go see The Chosen, the Christian films. I mean, my Cinemark down the street, no joke, every week. So they've got, I think, 16 screens. At least 3 of them are Christian films every week.
I mean, yeah, I don't see that very much here in Chicago, but like whenever I've gone home to Oklahoma to see my mom or whatever, we'd go to the movies. Yes, there's usually a couple of those.
No bones about, those Christian films, if they could get a stable Christian base to keep the movie theaters on, great.
I guess that's true. Sure.
Great. As long as it's not propaganda. I didn't feel it was like excessive propaganda. It was just boring because I didn't want to go. It was like going to church. Some people go to church and they love it, and some people go to church and they're like, well, I don't really care about this, and so it's very, very boring to me. But the 45 minutes of The Chosen was great. Great filmmaking. In fact, some of it I was like, like they kind of depicted birth. I was like, can every Christian see this? Because I think some Christians can't come see this movie. I think there's probably
like
it's too
birth, like like a sex ed movie, like this.
No,
viscerally?
Like even just the depiction of the birth. Like, can you do this stuff? Like, can you say the word pregnant in every Christian sect? But that's fine. My mom loves it. So a big shout out to The Chosen. You know what? If The Chosen called me to write a script, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Man? I'd give them the best script they'd ever gotten if they ever called me. I do not discriminate. And at that box office, they send me some of that. I'm not going to do the sermons though, but I will write. I will interpret the text to make it good where Christians can see it and feel okay.
Sure, they pay well.
All right, well, let's let you. Do you mind running through some birthdays today?
We got a few birthdays. Let's see who's celebrating a birthday on February 24th. Well, Cassie Lemon. We got Cassie Lemon. She's an actress and a director who directed the movies Eve's Bayou, and most recently, she directed the Whitney Houston biopic I Want to Dance with Somebody. She directed Harriet a few years ago, the Harriet Tubman biopic. She's 63 years old today. Happy birthday, Cassie. We got the late Abe Vigoda from Barney Miller, from The Godfather. Old Tessio, that rat. He passed away in 2016, but he
get the heck out of here.
103 years old. Rest in peace, Abe Vigoda. Kitty from that 70s show, The Mom, Deborah Jo Rupp, 73. Happy birthday, Deb. Todd Field.
People are you? What kind of a place is this?
We got Todd Field, the Oscar-nominated director of In the Bedroom, Little Children, and Tar, is celebrating his birthday. There's no age though. That's a mysterious guy. O'Shea.
This is an outrage. I demand an investigation.
O'Shea Jackson Jr., also known as Ice Cube Jr., is 33 years old today. Happy birthday, little Q. Uh, Barry Bostwick, the mayor from Sin City, the original Danny Zuko in Grease, and Brad from the Rocky Horror Picture Show is celebrating his 79th birthday
Thank you.
today.
Told me now, did my old ears hear someone singing a birthday ditty?
Oh, just a little one, just a little one. Edward James Olmos, Oscar nominee, star of Battlestar Galactica and Blade Runner 77 today. And closing us out here, we got uh, Uncle Junior, Dominic Chianese from The Sopranos, from Godfather Part 2, 93 years old today. Happy birthday, Uncle June.
Mr. Bond, I need a urine sample. If you could fill this beaker for me.
From here?
We were talking about him earlier. Academy Award winner Daniel Kaluuya is 35 years old today. Also, Billy Zane from Titanic is 58. And actor, director Benny Safdie, who appeared in Oppenheimer and Licorice Pizza, is 38.
Wow!
38 years old.
Wow! All I can say is wow!
Happy birthday, you famous people.
Very good, very good. Well, I think that was a great segment.
Oh, thank you.
I need more birthday theme. I was trying to find my I had an Arnold one. I can't find. I've gotten very disorganized in my sound clips. I had a really good birthday clip I need to find. I can't find it. We'll do it soon though.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
I am the one who's in charge. I am the one who says yes!
Yes!
No!
No!
Now!
Now!
Here.
So why don't you go ahead and do you have the SAG data for us?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Do you still have all of that?
That's right. The SAG nominations, yes.
Watch out for that first step. It's a doozy.
Let's see. We got the SAG Awards tomorrow night. Yes.
We should
30th
hear a movie
annual.
actors at least. Really?
Yes, the 30th Screen Actors Award. Apparently, yeah.
Boy, I had thought it was much older than that.
No, they only started that
Started in my
90s.
lifetime.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just go through the film actors. Yeah. Who do we got here?
Your complete attention, if you please!
Well, for male actor in a leading role, we basically have the same nominees that we have at the Oscars. We have Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Holman Domingo for Rustin, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction.
Wow, that doesn't help us at all then. I was a little hard on Coleman Domingo, I think.
Well, why?
I was just a little hard on that movie. It was a well-deserved nomination. The more I thought about it, the more I was just like, it was a big character. It was a big character in the lead role, which right away is always harder, and I just think if you're like the physical work and the vocal work and the things he did to make himself different, and how it felt real, I was too hard on that. I'm glad he got a nomination. I've decided.
I mean,
he's not
I don't
win.
recall you saying bad things about him.
I think I said the zone of interest guy should have beat him out. But okay. I just think the more I thought about it, I was like, it could have gone either way with those two. And I haven't seen American Fiction yet. I'm going to watch that for sure, because then I'm going to have really closed out a lot of categories. But I was hard on Coleman Domingo. I like that performance. I'm glad he's having a good time.
Well, anyways. Well, okay, so that category is the only one that actually aligns with the Academy specifically, there's a couple of deviations, or just one. Yeah, all the other categories have one exception. For example, female leading female actor, leading actress, whatever. um, it's all the same. We have Annette Bening, Lily Gladstone, Carey Mulligan, Emma Stone, but instead of what's her name, Sandra Fuller,
Yeah.
instead of Hula,
I don't know.
forgive me,
No,
Hula, not yes,
I
Hula.
don't know. It's very
We
difficult.
we have Margot Robbie for Barbie. The SAGs went with Margot.
Who did they do? Does it say who they dropped?
What do you mean?
Who did not get the nomination from the Oscars?
The one we were just talking about.
Oh, Hewler didn't?
No. She. What are you talking about? She got the Oscar nomination. We're talking about SAGs.
Yes, but who got the so if Margot Robbie got the SAG nomination, who got bumped in the SAGs that got the Oscar nomination?
The one we were just talking about. Sandra Hüller.
Sandra Hüller did not get nominated for either Zone of Interest or for Anatomy of a Fall for SAG.
Correct.
Is she dumb question now? Dumb question. Because I don't know her career, but it feels like those were like kind of some smaller budget foreign films.
Which is probably why they didn't. That's probably.
Was she a SAG member at the time of filming them? I don't know.
I do not know. Because
that's a fair question. I find it odd just given the buzz of that film, but God's a great year for the actresses.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's a question. I'm curious about that myself. Okay, but supporting actor. We got Sterling K. Brown, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling. But in Poor Things, rather than Mark Ruffalo, we have Willem Dafoe at the SAGs nominated.
Really? Over Mark Ruffalo?
Yes.
They nominated Willem Dafoe over Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things.
That's the fact. I haven't seen Poor Things yet, so I don't know.
You can't say goddamn on the air.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
So we'll see.
I love Willem Dafoe, but
that was literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Please, Wildstyle, let me handle this. That idea is just the worst.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Again, I'm that does help me in my best supporting actor pick. That the actors have some controversy over who was the best person in that movie, but I gotta tell you, I still think Mark Ruffalo, that was the performance of the year. That's crazy. But I mean, Willem Dafoe is great, but no. Have you seen it? Go see it.
I don't know.
Oh, go see it so we can argue.
I haven't seen it. I'll see it.
Okay, please see it. That just doesn't make sense. I mean, Willem Dafoe is great, but like in that, that's a SAGs. All right.
Okay,
you know
anyways, I mean, it doesn't matter. People vote.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
It doesn't make any sense. Any fucking sense.
You're being dramatic. Okay. Supporting actress. Again, we have Emily Blunt. We have Danielle Brooke. We have Jodie Foster. We have Davine Joy Randolph. But at the SAG, instead of America Ferrera, we have Penelope Cruz for Ferrari. Haven't seen Ferrari.
We just had the other movie with Matt Damon and Christian Bale, which I loved, and
Ford versus Ferrari,
Ford versus Ferrari, and so I don't know. I feel like I was like, I know this story on the other side.
It's not the same story. It's not the same story at all.
I know, but it feels like we just had that movie. And And then you know me, I'm an American, and I like to have my America. I like the American side of things, where America
Well, that's
wins.
definitely what that movie was. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I liked about it the best was when America won. So,
All right. Well, this is the movie about the guy who actually made the cars.
Mr. President.
Yeah, he made Ferrari.
I'm beginning to smell a big fat commie rat.
Mr. Ferrari. Anyways, so the ensemble, outstanding performance by a cast, we have nominated. Which is basically their best picture award, but whatever.
oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, only 5 nominees. The way
Much
it
more
should
reasonable.
be.
Much more reasonable. I
So much more
agree. We're
reasonable.
such in agreement.
Yes. But this is interesting. American Fiction. Okay. Barbie. Great. The Color Purple. Killers of the Flower Moon, and Oppenheimer.
Well, out of those 5, I think Oppenheimer is going to win for sure.
Definitely. And
yeah,
I can see them. Look, this is the SAG Awards. I haven't seen The Color Purple. I'll maybe try to catch it, but I imagine that the performance is certainly.
It's the Broadway cast too, isn't it?
Yeah,
So you know, I love that they did that. You know,
so yeah,
but...
the performance would probably carry the movie, so I can see that. Honoring the. The last category in the film is the stunt nominations. Outstanding performance by a stunt ensemble. We have nominated Barbie. Interesting. Guardians of the Galaxy. For stunts.
For what stunt?
I mean, the war between the Kens.
Okay. That's what they nominated? I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay.
Whatever.
That's okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Sure.
John Wick Chapter 4.
It has to be a favorite. Yeah. Okay.
To be John Wick, and then Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Probably going to be John Wick.
Probably John Wick or Mission Impossible for sure.
True. Yeah.
Did it for the stunt? Is Tom Cruise nominated for the stunts, or do they just nominate it? Because he does his own still, right?
Maybe it goes to the coordinator. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Is he the coordinator? I would imagine at this point he's the coordinator of his own stunts.
No, he's not the stunt coordinator.
You don't think he is? You don't think he has his own? He does it himself?
He probably comes up with the idea and then lets.
Yeah, he just hires a guy and go, hey, just watch me and tell me if I'm making any mistakes. But I've got a vision. I'm the producer actor and I do my own stunts. I think
he comes up with and he says, here, make this safe and realistic. Make it where I won't die doing this.
Yeah, but isn't that still makes him part of the creative team of the stunt?
Sure,
though.
maybe he's on the team. He's part of the ensemble, certainly. Yeah, but
I haven't seen the new Mission Impossible. I'm gonna see it. I'm still working through all of the old ones, but oh my god, that has become my favorite franchise.
It's really good. I really enjoy it. I do miss the actor that Tom Cruise used to be, but hey, that's okay.
Top Gun was cute.
It was nice to see him acting a little bit again. Yeah. I saw apparently he's starring in Inarritu's next movie though, which is interesting. Like,
let me see. No way. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see what the premise of this is. Why don't you just send this to me for news, and then we could have done this in news.
Oh, I should have. Yeah.
Oh, I love The Revenant.
I'm
not sure if that should have been Leo's first Oscar, but a well-deserved Oscar.
At that point, it was just like, okay, he's fighting bears. Just give him an award, please.
He ate that fish for real. He did all those things. Yeah, I'm a Leo apologist. I love Leo's work.
I have really grown. My respect is deepened for him a lot. I really do have a lot of respect for his work. I still like to make fun of him a little bit, though. I make fun of him a little bit.
I don't know. If all the best directors, if Tarantino and Scorsese
exactly.
And everybody wants to work with you, you must be doing something right.
He has some of the best taste of any actor in Hollywood. Yeah. He makes some of the most interesting choices. Period.
This year's great too. I mean he's not getting the buzz this year, but what I think he did great this year is he made everybody else great. Everyone around him, when he had scenes with him, he just let them work, and he just sat there and he just did his effing job, you know. And it was a great performance, even though it's not getting acclaim as
No, you're right.
others.
It's a really, really good performance. Actually, it is a great performance because it's like you don't really see people restrain themselves. That he's an actor who really likes to let go, and he's so like kind of locked down. It was really interesting. Yeah.
I mean, it was like he was playing kind of a quiet, soft-spoken guy. It was just I don't know. It was great.
Yeah,
I thought he was. He delivers. He delivers.
I knew watching the movie. I knew that he would probably not be nominated for anything because like the character is kind of hard to latch on to.
You don't like him. You don't like him, but he did his dang job. It was a good movie.
Yeah. He's in they're shooting right now. He's in P.T. Anderson's new movie too.
No way. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. What if see there you go. I mean the best in the business, even if he's not getting any love this year, but he's gotten this, but
he's earned it. He's a good guy.
I can't wait for that. I'm Googling it right now. Let's see. When does this come out?
And Brad, I don't know.
He's doing summer releases. Isn't he doing summer releases? Does P.T. Anderson like to come out early now?
No. He's still like Licorice Pizza came out in December.
Are you sure? I thought Licorice Pizza came out over the summer.
No, it came out in December. It was an Oscar contender. It was
an Oscar contender, but I thought it made it all year. I thought it did.
I saw that movie in January.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh, fun.
I mean, man,
I'm excited.
Yeah. Brad Pitt too. Brad Pitt's going to be in the leading the movie critic. Tarantino's last movie.
That I hope it's not.
Probably will be, but he can always go to television.
I don't know. It would be nice for him to continue. It's something that I look forward to. I look forward to his movies very much. It's something that will get me out. He's a director who will get me out no matter what. I will get out and I will see that movie in the theaters. There's no time I will miss a Tarantino movie in the theaters. And now that's over.
I never have. Yeah. I've seen every single
one
of his movies in the theaters. Yeah.
Yeah. And you just because when you go, you're with your
people. That's a lie. I take that back. I did not see Reservoir Dogs in a movie theater. That is
there was some I was too young for to see it. I was too young to see Pulp Fiction in the theater too.
I saw that in the theater.
My parents would never let me see Pulp Fiction. In fact, I had a VHS tape that I loaned one of my friends of Pulp Fiction, and his mom walked in during the anal rape scene, and they destroyed my VHS tape. Yeah, they took it and they destroyed it, and they said, "Don't ever bring this stuff in our house." And I got in trouble.
My dad took me to see it.
Oh yeah, well, conservative. My mom likes The Chosen.
Yeah, I get it.
Cool. Well, anything else we need from the SAGs?
No, I think that's good. We'll see who comes out on top at the SAGs.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
We should probably do that top 5 because we're getting a little on time. I still want to guess though.
Sure. So do you want to
you just start your countdown and old Bucky will be back here before you can say blast off.
Okay, so you want to guess.
I want to guess.
It's five Best Picture winners that aged perfectly and 5 that did not. So you want to guess?
Oh, I'm gonna guess. Okay, so I can tell you number 1 that did not. Well, you want to do not or pro first?
Let's go. Go not first. Why not?
Not. Gone with the Wind.
Okay, let me tell you first of all, right now, this is coming from Screen Rant. That's way too old. The oldest movie on this list is from 1972. So,
okay, American Beauty.
No.
Are you kidding me? With Kevin Spacey and
I'm actually surprised myself. I'm surprised myself, but it's
So
not.
you said 72 is the earliest. Okay, I'm still gonna go Annie Hall because of Woody Allen.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple guesses. Rain Man.
Nope.
Forrest Gump.
Nope.
This list is utter BS so far. Okay. Didn't age well. Crash. Crash.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Got one.
Got one. I think The Artist too. I know that's controversial, but nobody wants to watch it again.
No, it's not there.
Okay. Green Book.
No.
Boy, okay, give me this list. I want to hear the nods. We'll go to the what aged well later, but I want to hear these nods because this is outrageous.
Yeah, I don't really agree with what. Okay, so
yeah.
you got
What is this list? What are they basing this on if not internet cancellation?
It's really not based on internet cancellation at all. I think it's just based on this person's opinion.
What is going on here? I demand an explanation.
Okay, so you got Crash.
I got Crash.
Fair, I agree with that.
It didn't age well because it stank.
I need to watch.
Or did it
Crash
stink?
again.
It didn't stink. It didn't stink.
I'll watch
but
Crash again.
that year.
I watched it once, and I didn't think it was that bad. But I also didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but it was up against Good Night and Good Luck. It was up against Munich. It was up against
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain. There was not one thing that year that it should have eaten. I kind of think Capote was a little slow.
Sure,
but like. Good. Munich is a great rewatch. That movie held up so great.
Munich is incredible. No, it's one of Spielberg's best movies for sure. I love Munich. Yes. Okay, so Crash.
Okay, well, let's hear this list. All right.
Crash. The Hurt Locker.
Why? Oh, The Hurt Locker is great. I did a rewatch of that. That's fantastic. No, dumb.
Yeah, no,
the first it was the first female director win. What a hateful list. What a hateful list. All right,
I don't
next
know
one.
why. It's like. Please. I mean, yeah, maybe Inglorious.
The heck out of here.
But still, no. Okay. The next one is Driving Miss Daisy, which
That okay, but why though? Why is Driving Miss Daisy on there? I don't know. It could to me that feels like internet cancellation, but it is not compared to Kevin Spacey molesting someone and not compared to like Gone with the Wind where they like had like happy slaves, like happy being like how do you compare Green Book? Everyone hated that Green Book. I thought Green Book was okay, but like everyone was like it was I get it. It just was like Driving Miss Daisy was like the tame because that was the point. It was a racist old lady from an old time learning to like be a human being. I don't know. I don't think that one is as cancelable as the other. So all right, okay. That one should probably be.
I will say this. Here's the thing. It's more that it's just not a very interesting movie, and that there were definitely other movies that year or other nominees that were better.
She died that year. She posthumously got an Oscar nomination.
She did not. No, she didn't. She was there and she got her fucking Oscar.
Which one did she die for then? No, she did die.
She died a few years. She died like 5 years later.
Oh, I'm gonna Google. Hold on, Jessica Tandy.
Yeah, no, Jessica Tandy was alive.
Posthumous.
No.
There. Okay, keep going, because I'm
yeah.
Gonna look
okay,
at
yeah. And the fact too that they completely snubbed Do the Right Thing that year, while nominating a movie like Driving Miss Daisy is pretty
terrible. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, and again, I have no problem with it being number 5 on the list. I just don't think it's the most cancelable of all of them. If that is the metric by which we are deciding whether or not a movie aged well, then I definitely think like Annie Hall and American Beauty and stuff should also be on there.
Okay, so the next one you're probably definitely not going to agree with, Gladiator, which I do agree with, but
why?
My signal. Unleash hell.
Because Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is better.
Those movies are not in any way comparable. I don't know.
They were both nominated for Best Picture in 2000.
I mean, maybe, okay.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is better than Gladiator.
Couch as I mean, maybe. I feel that was a competitive year.
I have never felt that Gladiator was a movie that should have been considered for so many Oscars. I mean, it's a very entertaining blockbuster action historical movie. It's great.
We weren't really, but America at that time was not into subtitled films, and they were not, it wasn't as common then. I don't know, like
That's fine. Then Traffic is better than Gladiator. Okay, give
Traffic
Traffic
is
the
not
Oscar.
better than
Yes, it
Gladiator.
is.
No,
Yes, it
it's
is.
not.
Yes, it
It's
is.
great.
It
It's a
is.
great
Yeah.
film, but it's not better
Okay.
than Gladiator. Like I don't rewatch Traffic, but I'll rewatch Gladiator. There's a lot of great stuff. Great Joaquin Phoenix performance.
Yeah, there's
The
also
script
like
is good. The trailer
there's
moments are
scenes
good.
where you can see the hydraulics in the back of a chariot during some of the scene because of just goofs that happen. It doesn't have a super interesting story. It's fine, whatever. Last one that has not aged well, and I disagree with this, but it's always been a controversial choice. So we had Crash, we had Jesus, Crash, we had The Hurt Locker, weird. We had Driving Miss Daisy, we had Gladiator, and Shakespeare in Love.
I'm a big Tom
I
Stoppard fan.
I am fine with that. I've always been fine with that. So many people have always said, "Oh, but Saving Private Ryan should have won." And I'm like, I don't agree with that, but okay.
Well,
Spielberg,
like
sure, he won.
we're
Great.
people of the theater though, and I don't know. I have a respect for Tom Stoppard I just love his plays so much. I went to a Q&A that he did one time and when I was in Australia at the Opera House, Sydney Opera House, and I just love him. I love his work. That was a difficult screenplay, it was a difficult.
That's a beautiful movie. I love it.
Yeah.
I really do love it. Yes.
I've heard other people say that same thing too. But
And Saving Private Ryan, I mean, I don't want to get off on a tangent about Saving Private Ryan, but my hot take is that people remember the first 30 minutes of that movie, the opening battle, which is stunning. But how much do you remember about the rest of the movie until they find Matt Damon?
I remember I'm a school teacher. I was from Adley, Pennsylvania. I remember that monologue.
Sure. Yeah.
I remember when Giovanni Ribisi is performing on himself, and then he goes, "Oh, I need morphine," because he's like, "I'm gonna die because it's in my liver." That was a great scene.
Oh, he's in
That's
that movie.
it.
That's right.
And
I
then
thought
I
he was in the
remember
movie.
them. I remember when like they were getting shot at with Vin Diesel. Yeah.
Vin Diesel's in it too, right?
You know what I remember about it is it's my favorite Vin Diesel porn. It's the first time I saw Vin Diesel, and then I never liked Vin Diesel as much ever again.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. He's good in that movie. Yeah.
I also like Band of Brothers better than that. So I don't know.
It's like it's like it's not real. Like that's not nothing. That was never a real law or rule that the army had. Like, and if they did, that's stupid. Like you don't. Sorry, you get to go home to all your brothers. No, that's
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Okay.
Damon.
5 Best Picture winners that have aged well.
Okay, here we go. I'm ready for this.
Get these going. All right, number 1.
I'm gonna pick. I want to guess. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. Go for it.
We only have one movie each this week on our ballots, so let's just take this time. We're saying it's after 19. Is this also after 1972?
Yes. Yeah, one of them is in 1972. Yeah.
Well, The Godfather then.
Yes, The Godfather for one. Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, hey, perfect. That's on there.
Yes.
Okay. I think Amadeus aged well.
I do too, but it's not on there.
Then Schindler's List.
Nope.
God, I do not understand what the metric for this list is. Then
It's pretty
Unforgiven.
random.
Certainly
random.
Unforgiven is on there.
It is not.
Are they going to put Titanic because it made $1 billion on its re-release?
Not there.
Gosh. Okay. I really don't understand. I really don't understand the metrics for this list. So I'll go
random.
12 Years a Slave.
Nope.
The Departed.
Yes.
Okay. That is good. That rewatch is great. It's a better rewatch than it when it was. Okay.
Godfather and The Departed. Yes.
Godfather, Departed. Are we gonna say? I mean, I personally think Braveheart is still good, even though it's got the racist Mel Gibson in it.
I do too. It's not on the list. Like two of these, I pretty much, I'm like, yeah, they're great. The other two that we haven't got to yet, I'm like, okay, yeah, pretty great.
No Country.
No, it's not on the list.
Okay, I got two of them. I'm just gonna take my two.
Okay, yeah, and like, so the next two I'm gonna say are pretty good, and the third one I'm kind of baffled that they.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, we said Godfather, yes. Departed, yes. Return of the Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
What? Really? I mean, I would have thought that was on the other. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It was the best of the three, but it wasn't like a life-changing oh, okay, whatever.
Kozak, right, I will say this. Look, I have not watched that movie fully since seeing it in the theater 20 years ago. But it's like one of the most memorable like film going theatrical experiences I've ever had.
Which was the one that had Gandalf going down the hill in white? That was the second one. Even the best shot was in the second one.
I don't know.
Nine.
Okay, so Godfather, Departed, Return of the King. The next on the list is
this is some geek shit, is what this is. This is a geek shit list. All right.
It is. It's Screen Rant. Oh, The Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Beautiful choice. Great.
Yes,
great. Holds up so good. Holds up great. Okay,
one
fine.
of the best ones ever. And then the last one, the baffling choice, Argo.
So full disclosure, I'm sorry to be like, I worked with someone in Argo, but the guy who was chasing them in Argo, the Iranian officer that was chasing him, was the guy who was in my play in LA and New York. His name was Ali Sam.
Oh, cool.
And so we got to go to we got to see, like, on the first weekend, we got to kind of see him go through all of that because our play kind of came out around the same time. So that I have the experience of being like, holy cow, this is the first time I worked with an actor in a Best Picture movie. But what makes me really sad is Ali, in my opinion, was one of the best people in that movie, and yet he did not get like it launched Ben Affleck, or didn't launch Ben Affleck, but like you had all these people in it who got like big acclaim, but you didn't get the villain. You didn't like build him up. He should have been in tons of movies after that. He's still going to, but like, I love Argo. Here's what I love about Argo. I love John Goodman and Alan Arkin. That is fun scenes. All those scenes were great. I also wrote a movie called The Light of the Aryans that is about the same thing. And I had written it before the movie came out. And I just think, even as a writer, I went, wow, they did what I wanted to do so much better than I did. I love that screenplay.
I dug that movie. I saw it once. It was fun. I'm looking at the movies it was nominated against that year.
I don't know. It's hard for me to. I love Argo, but the other thing is I love Iranian history. I've read, because for that screenplay, I read tons of books on like the Iranian Revolution, and like personally for me, it's hard for me to step outside my own interest in that subject and that time to fully assess it. But I watch Argo all the time.
Okay, but here's the thing. Whatever. Looking at the movies it was nominated against, I like.
And this is in the 10 film era. This is in the 10 film era too.
I like.
Okay.
Silver Linings Playbook better. I like Lincoln better, and I like Django Unchained better than Argo. That's all I have to say about that for now.
Okay, so Silver Linings Playbook.
But
I
those
just
are all
don't think.
movies from directors that I really admire. I
Okay,
like
yeah.
all
So like
Spielberg,
so
Russ,
Silver Linings Playbook is one of David O. Russell's best movies. Great performances.
Yes.
Great script.
So good.
But like it is like a simpler like family like relationship rom-com in terms of movie, which I think there is a little bit of like the extras and the making it look like Iran and stuff that might have given Argo a little bit of this is a little more of a difficult production. Django Unchained, I probably think suffered the same thing that all Tarantino movies suffer every time he's nominated for anything now, like I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't, there's many times where I felt like he could win, but he doesn't win.
He won original screenplay.
For Django Unchained? Great. Yeah.
Even though I will, and again, I don't want to go on this tangent. One of my least favorite Tarantino movies.
Me too. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
I mean, it's
but
so
I
good,
also
but
like I love Hateful Eight. I love all of his movies.
Better than Django.
Yes, I just thought that was a more. You had these just awesome actors just killing it all over the place. So I mean, I love Django Unchained, and also I love Christoph. Those were the two Christoph Waltz back-to-back years were lovely.
It was crazy though. Why give him the Oscar for kind of just being a good guy Jew hunter? Like he's playing the same character, but he's good instead.
He's just a delight. I don't know. It was just a lightning in a bottle. A couple years where you just had Christoph Waltz, and you were just like, it was just his time. I don't know. It was.
I guess of the ones he was nominated against, the only one maybe Philip Seymour Hoffman in The Master, because, like, yeah.
But even with The Master, you're like, this isn't my favorite Philip Seymour Hoffman performance. No, this isn't my, like. That was a lightning. That was just too. And also, I think he probably had goodwill from. He had goodwill from Inglorious Bastards going into Django Unchained. Because that he just stole that movie, and then to see him kind of play the nice guy, to see how I don't know, he just had that going for him. Now here's here's the one, because Lincoln was underappreciated. Lincoln is extremely underappreciated. I watched Lincoln. I just read a Revolutionary War script, and since there are no good Revolutionary War movies really out there, I kind of focused on Lincoln and a couple other movies as kind of my model. And Lincoln is so many people doing great work in every element of the crew and every element of like. It's kind of my favorite Daniel Day-Lewis performance in some ways, just because it was it was so great. I don't know. It's growing on me. It's growing on me.
The only part I don't like about Lincoln, and maybe I need to give it time. It's just the Mary Todd stuff, Sally Field.
Except for the big scene at the end, though. Except for the scene where they go head to head, and where he's like, "Woman, like you're always in my ear," that whole thing.
Sure, yeah.
That was a great scene. Yeah, Sally Field was underwritten for sure, but like the speech, like anytime, I don't know.
But everything else is great. It's my favorite movie about politics. I think
what's
it's
his
the best
face?
movie about
Kelly
politics
Leak
ever made.
The guy who played Kelly Leak in Bad News Bears. What's his name? Jackie Earl Haley. Oh my gosh. Like such an undervalued character actor in doing that. Oh my gosh. There were so many great scenes. Also the dude, what's his face? Have you watched The Session on HBO?
No.
Oh, you'll dig it. But the guy who plays the oldest son, Kendall Roy.
McFadden? Or
no, sorry.
Strong?
Yes.
Oh, Jeremy Strong, sure.
Jeremy Strong.
Yeah.
He's in that. There's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many great. Every single tiny role is somebody
Well,
excellent.
because
That's a
like
great
you,
movie.
like the because just real quick, the supporting actor not uh, category from that year was Christoph Waltz. He won. Then you have, like I said, Philip Seymour Hoffman for The Master. You also had Alan Arkin for Argo, De Niro for Silver Linings Playbook, and Tommy Lee Jones in Lincoln. In those performances, I'm like, well, maybe Christoph Waltz. Yes, okay, sure. They're all really good though. They're also. I mean, I was so glad to see De Niro actually like doing real acting again, having a real role again. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know it. I I know that I know in my Oscar ballot I picked Argo that year. I knew it was going to happen. But again, I was so much into that history. I really can't. I really have to say that maybe I'm a little biased and just that subject is something that I really like. And that was a movie that I really wanted to make, and they made it better than mine. So yes, I have an Iranian Revolution script. Iranian Revolution script in my repertoire, ready to go when everybody forgets about Argo. So, yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, do you want to do the?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a really big year. That was a great year. That's an underappreciated year all around. I think everything that year kind of how we don't think of Lincoln as a great Spielberg film really, and we don't think of a lot of those films like as a great year. But when
Do you
seen
know
together,
that you just do you know that you just froze for about 10 seconds?
no.
You did.
Well, one thing I noticed when I was editing the last one is that if the video freezes, for some reason the audio seems to still work. We did not seem to lose any delays in audio, but I'll just say it again. That was a good year. It's an underappreciated year. All of those movies are great. It was a great competitive year, but we don't really think of all those directors. We don't think of them as like their best works, but it's a lot of great directors and producers competing
Yeah, it's true.
with
But you're right. And Lincoln is forgotten because I would say that actually is some of Spielberg's best work. But
it really is. It is grow. I've watched it 3 times this year. Or over the last year. I love Lincoln. It gets better every time I watch it.
yeah, one of his really good. I think I'm kind of lukewarm on some on like Spielberg's later like post. I don't know, post Munich, post Crystal Skull career, but Lincoln's definitely one of the good ones.
Yeah, his histories are good because Amistad is good too. Just his period histories are. He does such a good job making the history so interesting and dramatic. He is very smart, and Schindler's List too. He just does a really great job with those period histories. Maybe more so than the like young adult fantasy films ever since E.T. And I would consider Indiana Jones kind of a young adult movie too. It's a little more. It doesn't quite have the depth of some of his histories.
Well, no, yeah, they're action movies. They're just they're
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that was a good top 5. You did a good job. I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was a great, inspiring legend that you made up.
All right.
Wow! 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 All I can say is wow!
You can't take your headphones off. You need to listen to the sound effects in their entirety.
I heard you. I heard them. My ears are hurting.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
See, now I'm scared. Now I'm just scared. He's scary. He's a scary.
Turn your volume down if it's so loud.
Will Smith is a scary
man.
It
could be like this, just like this always.
He's the scary prince. He's not the Fresh Prince anymore.
First of all, I would like to make one thing quite clear.
Yes?
I never explain anything.
Why don't we get to these ballots here?
I'm ready.
And the Oscar goes to...
May I have the envelope, please?
Okay, well, let's kind of burn through these because we didn't see a lot, but you finally saw The Holdover. So we're starting with actor in a leading role.
Yeah. All right.
So you've added holdovers. Great job. Great job.
Yeah.
So you just need to see Rustin in American Fiction, and you've closed this category out. Whereas I need to see American Fiction.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan today? Did it change your mind? Because I tell you, if you've seen holdovers and Oppenheimer, I think you've kind of, to me, that's the competition right there.
You are not wrong, sir. You know, should I go ahead and lay a pick down? Should I do it? Let's do it. Because
May I have the envelope, please?
Goes to...
Cillian Murphy.
I was worried
Sticking with
you were
Murph.
going to do that.
Sticking with the Murph.
I was worried you were going to do that because, I kind of hoped that you would be, I kind of hoped that we could settle this. But to be honest, so you're probably right. I want to say you're probably right.
Because watching the holdovers, I felt Giamatti was great. I mean, it's a lot like his Sideways character, though. I mean, I've kind of just seen, he's good at that kind of guy. I get that.
I'm gonna wait for the SAGs.
Okay.
I know it's chicken shit, but I'm gonna wait for the.
Yeah, you hold out.
What are you looking at, butthead?
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
I just am not ready. I'm not ready.
Okay.
I'm not ready to turn my back on Paul Giamatti, even though I know you're probably right. I approve of your boldness, but I'm just not ready. All right, actors in a supporting role. You have settled on Robert Downey Jr. You know what? The SAG Awards. The SAG Awards be damned. The SAG Awards be damned. You got to go with your gut. You got to go with your gut. Oh, my God. You got to go with your gut. And I'm sorry.
May I have the envelope, please?
Fuck the SAG Awards.
Oh, God. You're going to be crazy.
Fuck the SAG Awards. I'm going to go with Mark Ruffalo. It is the best Mark Ruffalo performance that has been.
I volunteer as tribute.
And you know what? I know it's not going to be popular. And so if you're going to play it safe at home with your ballot, and if you're going to Robert Downey Jr.'s getting out there. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo's not getting out there. Yeah, they nominated Willem Dafoe over Mark Ruffalo for the SAG, but damn it, someone's got to make a bold choice this year, and it's going to be me, and I'm going Mark Ruffalo. So,
I'm sorry I laughed at you that time you got diarrhea at Barnes & Noble. And I'm sorry I told everyone about it. And I'm sorry for repeating it now.
So we've settled on that. We've settled our actors.
I think Mark Ruffalo, this is his 4th Academy Award nomination, I want to say.
Because he didn't win for Spotlight.
Or The Kids Are All Right. Or
which he wasn't going to.
Or Foxcatcher.
Yeah. He got nominated for Foxcatcher?
Yes. Yeah.
I that's a movie that I never watched ever again after watching it the first time.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
but I think the next time he gets nominated for an Oscar, it may be Best Actor, because this is for a supporting nomination for him.
Yeah.
And he'll probably win. He'll probably win next time. People like him a lot. He's great.
This is my impression of Foxcatcher. It's Steve Carell doing this. This is his acting. The whole movie. I'm Steve Carell. My nose is up in the air. I don't know. You know what? Poor Things has to win something, damn it. It just has to win something. It's not going to win screenplay. It's not going to win screenplay. It's not going to win Best Actress because I just don't think they're going to nominate. I just don't think they're going to do it over Lily Gladstone. I think they're going to settle that now. And I haven't seen Anatomy of a Fall.
Okay.
But I just don't think they're going to do it.
I don't know. I guess maybe I'm letting my friend get in my head. I don't know. Just because we'll see. The SAGs will tell a story because Emma Stone has won most of the awards. Lily Gladstone has won almost nothing she's been nominated for so far. Including in though the BAFTAs didn't even nominate Lily Gladstone, which is weird and weird.
Well, they don't
But
understand okay.
we don't
This
have the
was
same
look.
connection.
I know it was a controversial pick, but it just never. Something's got to be weird. Someone's got to do it right, and I just think when I look at Poor Things, the performance that I think of the most is Mark Ruffalo. I know it's a controversial pick, but I'm picking it. Somebody had to do it, and I did it.
Okay,
So we've closed it out. We're head to head. We were in agreement. Sorry, I'm gonna let my computer catch up. There we go. I'm back. Actress in a leading role: Annette Bening for Naiad, Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Hüller, Anatomy of a Fall, Carey Mulligan, Maestro, Emma Stone, Poor Things. I saw Naiad. Probably not gonna win. Wonderful performance. An Oscar worthy performance, but probably not gonna happen. Such an inspiring sports movie too. In the echelon of sports movies, it's one of the best that's ever been made. Great sports movie.
Well, I'm gonna see Poor Things before I choose anything in this category.
Let's do it. Let's do that next week, and then we'll debate that. Very good. Actress in a supporting role: Emily Blunt, Danielle Brooks, America Ferrera, Jodie Foster, and Davine Joy Randolph.
This is another close because here's Davine Joy is cleaning up.
Yeah, you know what, and that's why you know what.
But I still.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm doing
I guess I already picked her.
No, you haven't picked yet.
Oh no, that just means I've seen it. That's right. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with Davine Joy Randolph. I just love that performance. If we're not gonna go with Paul Giamatti, we're definitely gonna go with her. I don't think America Ferrera's Barbie monologue is gonna get her there. I think Jodie Foster did an awesome job. Absolutely awesome. Great nomination, but she wasn't as good as Annette Bening, and Annette Bening's not going to win. I just don't think a musical is going to pull it. And Emily Blunt, I just think the women fell under the radar in Oppenheimer. Thoughts?
I adored Davine Joy Randolph's performance. So touching, so moving, very good.
Great with Paul Giamatti too. Great scenes with Paul Giamatti. Very real. Very great nomination.
Yes. I guess I'm only bumping into the fact that again you've been talking about safe choices this entire time. This seems again in it historically a category where they're like, oh, give it to a black lady for being, supportive to white characters. Like, I mean, all the way back to Hattie McDaniel.
Yeah, but that's not her fault. That's not her fault, though.
Spencer, Viola Davis.
That's not her fault, though. It's just a great supporting performance. It is, though. Yes, true. Everything you're saying is true, but but why should she be the one where they finally put that to bed this year? I mean, I just don't think.
I guess here's my thing. I love the holdovers. I really did, but nothing about it felt like something I hadn't seen before at all.
Oh.
I guess that was just my only. That's what holds me back a bit. In America,
when she got drunk at that party. Oh, I loved when she got drunk at that party. Oh my gosh, great scene.
I would just love for America to be up there to represent Barbie.
Then put your damn balls, put your balls on the table, and talk to your balls. Tell them this. Didn't work.
I am the
Unbelievable.
one.
I don't care anymore. My sound effects are broken. This whole show's out of whack now.
I am the one who's in charge. I am the one who says yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
Now.
Now. Here.
Okay.
Put your balls on the table. Put your balls on the table now. I insist.
I don't think and let me go ahead and mark. Oh God. Anyways, yes, I'll go ahead and pick.
There's just slight delay on the sound.
May I have the envelope, please?
God bless America. That's who I'm voting for because she is my favorite. The best song ever, the best song in the world. Jack Black wrote another song about it. A tribute song.
So you are going America Ferrera. You think they're going to Barbie it?
I'm going to swing. If you're going to go Mark Ruffalo, okay, then yeah, I can go America
Remember,
Ferrera.
Red, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies.
Fine. Okay. Then we have decided. We've closed it out.
Because she sold a speech, such a difficult speech to sell. That's like, as an actor, she's like, that's not, what a mouthful of just talking.
I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
It was a great job. So, moving on.
Cool. Yeah, fine. Whatever. I don't mind butting heads on that. I still think I think I've made the choice. I feel your best actor choice parallels my best supporting actor choice. I'm gonna win, and then you're gonna win, and we're gonna disagree about why. I'm not prepared. Are you ready on animated feature? I'm gonna watch the boy.
Sure.
I'm gonna watch the boy. You're gonna do it?
Yes, because I'm probably not going to watch it. Yeah, probably not.
Way to be honest.
May I have the envelope, please?
Let's go with The Boy and the Heron.
I'm hearing so much good things. Is there anything about why you've chosen to choose this movie? What is your reasoning?
Mostly because I too have heard things. Miyazaki has quite the reputation. People tend to respond to his films, and I just don't think that they're going to give it to the Disney Pixar movie, and I haven't seen the other two, and I don't want Across the Universe to win. So, Across the Spider-Verse.
The fact that you don't want Across the Spider-Verse to win tells me a lot. I'm gonna watch it though because I mean Elemental was cute. I need to see it. Cinematography, I still haven't seen El Conde, but I don't know. I'm not ready. I actually like the Maestro cinematography quite a lot.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
I don't know. It's under the radar. I mean, this is a great category. I like the Poor Things. Watch Poor Things before we come back here.
Yeah.
Watch Poor Things and let's come back here.
Yeah.
Costume design. I'm already settled. I'm Killers of the Flower Moon. What do you think? You ready?
I'm gonna watch Poor Things first.
Love it. We're hustling. Director. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. My thing's out of order. We actually have costume design shows. You're gonna hold off. Director, you've already chosen. We're agreement with Christopher Nolan's. That's in the bag. Documentary feature. I'm going with 20 Days in Mariupol because Navalny died, and I just think that the fact that they captured all of that on film is a miracle. So I think it's a miracle in filmmaking. It's what we'll study in history about this time. So that's where I'm at. You wanna take fun? Watch one of them. Go watch Bobby Wine.
I'll try to watch one of them. Yeah,
If you watch Bobby Wine and you tell me this changed my life, then I'll change my vote. Documentary shorts, we'll save that for the end because we haven't seen them. Film editing, you've picked Oppenheimer. I'm gonna wait until I see Anatomy of a Fall. International feature, I'm on Zone of Interest. You gonna see any of these? Got any thoughts?
Did I not pick Zone of Interest?
You haven't picked any yet.
Oh, okay, interesting. For international feature, I'll pick Zone of Interest.
Yeah, well, I kind of don't think that's the worst move.
May I have the envelope, please?
It's got the Best Picture nomination,
Yeah.
That pretty much tells you all you need to know.
It's the All Quiet on the Western Front of this year.
Yes. And didn't that win sound too, just like I said?
It did, yeah.
Yeah, what a thing. Makeup and hairstyling, we have not seen everything. Society of the Snow looks cool. I'm gonna wait to pick on that because that's something I will see on Netflix, even though it seems so damn dreary.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it just seems so dreary. Music we'll save for the next episode. Best Picture. Best Picture. What do you think? Now that I've heard your take on the holdovers, I'm just I'm putting it to bed. It's an Oppenheimer Best Picture. It's gonna happen. I just think of the two movies that saved cinema this year, it is the most deserving of the Oscar of the two between it and Barbie. It's got it all. It's the money, it's the talent, it's got the nominations, and to be honest, it's the most important movie right now. So there we go. That's my pick. It ain't gonna happen for Poor Things. I'm hearing too many hot takes about Poor Things that make me feel like it's not gonna happen. I just don't think it's gonna have the votes.
Okay. I'm not picking it.
Howard. Here we are on production design, and fuck it. Sometimes you gotta say fuck it. I'm doing it.
May I have the envelope, please?
Maybe it's my Babylon, but damn it, Poor Things. What a great production. What a cool, everything about it was cool. It looked awesome. Great sky, great everything. It was just a great, cool production design. I'm really torn on Killers of the Flower Moon because I do think that was awesome, but I just think when you watch Poor Things, the production design is so apparent. So that's what I'm doing. Tough call. This is my Babylon. I know this is my Babylon, but I'm picking it anyway. Any thoughts?
Not especially. I'm gonna wait.
Boy, I'm putting my balls on the damn table today. Yeah. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah,
short film. Let's wait. We're gonna make a guess later. Live action. Let's wait. Even though we can watch Henry Sugar on the Netflix. Sound. We have settled. You're going Oppenheimer. I'm going Zone of Interest. We got a little head to head here. I think that one's gonna be really tight. Visual effects.
I'll do a visual effects pick.
The creator looks cool.
May I have the envelope, please?
Andrew Roberts, one of the nominees. I worked with that guy for like 5 years. I love that guy. He's great. I'm happy for him. I don't know though on this one. What do you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and throw in for Godzilla -1. Just
wow, you saw it or you didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it, but it'd be kind of cool.
It's got some buzz.
Yeah.
I literally didn't see any of them. I don't know how to make a choice.
And I mean, I like my comic book movies, but just the CGI in those movies just gets so samey.
The fact that that's the only nomination it got is like, oh my gosh, that must have been something superb. That people watched it and just went, "Damn, this is a good VFX."
No, actually, because the animal they had a lot of anthropomorphic animals talking to each other. So actually, and that was very well done. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So your writing adapted screenplay. Any thoughts here?
I would like to hold off and see American Fiction before.
Me too. That sounds like it could be a sleeper. Same deal. Yeah. And lastly, original screenplay. Any thoughts here? Now that
let me take a look at these.
I'm going to see Anatomy of a Fall because I'm still between Anatomy of a Fall and Holdovers.
I think you're being smart. I don't know if I'm going to see Anatomy of. I want to see Past Live.
Yeah, it's cool.
Let me hold off on original screenplay.
Yeah, well, we did some good stuff today. We did some good work today. Well, that's the ballots. Do you have anything you want to pitch before we get out of here? Kind of a long episode, so.
Yeah, we got my cabaret show coming up Friday, March 8th here at Davenport's Piano Bar in Chicago. Check out the event on Eventbrite and come see the show.
All our Chicago listeners do attend. It'll be a good time. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up if that's all right with you.
Yeah, sounds great. We can do it again next weekend.
All right. Great show. It was a lot of fun.
Sounds great. Bye, guys.
Ballyhooey Hollywood, when the office for a young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking can.
Basic, vervalent, verlumped, verblunged, verkacked.